So, tomorrow we are seeing the finals of the Four Nations Face-Off Tournament, where Team USA and Team Canada will battle it out one more time. Will Quinn Hughes be there? Who really knows? I saw some people joking around on Twitter, like using the Triple H hitting the Undertaker in the back with the steel chair gif and being like, yeah, this is what the Tkachuk brothers are doing to Jake Sanderson right now in order to get Quinn Hughes into the game. But still, Team USA has some other familiar faces for Detroit Red Wings fans. Faces? Why did I say that plural? They've got one guy. D. Larkin, D-Boss, is on the team, and this video, unfortunately, is not going to be about Dylan Larkin, D-Boss, and his performance at the tournament so far, despite the fact that he did have that super clutch goal against Jordan Binnington in Canada in the first game. Today we are talking about yet another American phenom on the Detroit Red Wings who was not selected by Team USA. This show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there and check out the first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel in the process. Today we are talking about what Patrick Kane said in regards to the Four Nations and his exclusion from the event. Now, Patty Kane is seen by most people, most people, I don't know, as probably the best American player of the last generation's worth of hockey players. I say the last generation and not this generation, because this generation includes guys like Matthews and Quinn Hughes and all the Hugheses and the Tkachuks and all them. Patrick Kane was part of that Dustin Brown, Ryan Kessler, TJ Oshie period of guys from about a decade ago, and Patty Kane was the face of it all. Arguably the best American player of all time, who has represented Team USA internationally at many events. He hasn't donned the blue, white, and red stars since 2018-19, where he had 12 points in 8 USA World Championship games. This year, Patty Kane is on pace for a little bit of a lower productive season compared to what he's used to. 31 points in 45 games played with Detroit right now. He has looked a little bit better throughout some chunks of the year, although he has gone through a little bit of a cold streak extending past the midpoint of January. But in this article published on Audacy.com, we have ourselves an interview with Patty Kane from the WWJ 950 News radio broadcast crew. This article will be linked in the description. You can read it yourself. Patrick Kane is reveling in the Americans' run at glory while wishing he were there. The article dives into his vacation. He is in Cabo, enjoying the sun, the sand, and some time with his family. In a perfect world, however, he would have been on the ice in Montreal. Kane laughed and said that he was rushing to put his 4-year-old son to bed at 5 p.m. with a 2-hour time difference, and then going to the TV and watching the Four Nations. It's sunny out and I'm sitting in my hotel room watching hockey, Kane said, but it's good. I think first and foremost it's been great for the game, the growth of the game, the attention it's gotten, and just the type of hockey as well, right? It's been so fun to watch, and obviously a huge game Thursday night. Can we quickly take a little bit of an aside to dive into that talking point? Because, man, Patrick Kane is absolutely right about that. This Four Nations face-off and that Canada-USA game in particular has been one of the biggest sporting events in the world, really. Everybody in North America, it seems like everyone had an opinion on Canada-USA hockey game, the fights, and with the NBA All-Star game also taking place at the same time and that being a total colossal failure of an event, it put a lot of basketball fans' eyes onto the sport of hockey, watching the fights and watching the aggression and watching the quote-unquote all-star festivities replacement that they have, which is this tournament. So Patty Kane's definitely right here. There have been so many more eyes, people paying attention to the hockey world with this tournament. It's been a really great thing for North American culture and the growth of the game. Kane then talks about the Tkachuk brothers and the fights. Obviously, Keith Tkachuk was a great player and had a great career. To raise two kids that are fighting for Team USA 3 seconds into the game, that's got to be an incredible feeling for him. Kane then speaks about how he was not included on the team. Last time USA and Canada met in a best-on-best tournament in the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, Kane was on the ice for the Stars and Stripes, and the time before that in the 2014 Sochi Olympics, and the time before that in the 2010 Vancouver Olympics, where Sidney Crosby broke the Americans' hearts with a golden goal in one of the greatest games in the history of hockey's best rivalry. When USA and Canada clash again for the Four Nations title Thursday night in Boston, Kane will be in a strange position of cheering from his couch. "It's tough," he admitted. "You definitely want to be there, and you feel like you're missing out on some great hockey and a great opportunity. It is what it is. Personally, you start looking back. I mean, we missed 9 years of it, right? The first 4, 5, 6 years of those 9 years were some of the best hockey I've played in my life. So obviously you think about those opportunities that were missed, whether it was the 18 Olympics or 22 Olympics or not having the World Cup at all. But it is what it is. I had my opportunities. I was there in 2010 and lost in overtime in the gold medal game. In 2014, we had a really good team too. We were right there and got to play in the 2016 World Cup too. Obviously, you want as many opportunities as possible, but you see the type of hockey it is and the excitement it brings. It seems to me like it's the best way to grow the game. It's unfortunate that it's been 9 years. As much as you're a player and you love playing the game, I'm still a fan of the game. I'll definitely be on my couch that night tuning in and paying attention." The article then talks about Kane's exclusion from the US Four Nations roster, even saying here that it's easily the most talented team the country has ever assembled, which I will have to agree. But it started slowly in his 18th NHL season and was an understandable omission. Fewer than half of his goals and points this year have come at even strength. NHL players will return to the Olympics next year in Italy, and for Kane, making that team remains a goal. Of course, that would be an amazing opportunity. I think I didn't play well enough to be picked for the team this year. It's not like I'm blaming anyone or anything besides myself. But yeah, you want to put your best foot forward, whether it's the rest of this year or the start of next year, and give yourself a chance. And I like how the article is fair to Kane here. It says, like, yeah, he's not really been good enough to play this season, so that's why he's not on the team. But obviously, he still wants to be competitive. He wants to get his foot forward. He wants to get his foot in the door, and he wants to potentially challenge for next year's 2026 Italy Olympics and be on Team USA's roster there. Gone are the days where Justin Abdelkader is a meaningful USA ad just because they don't have anybody else. This year's team is a team of superstars. Matthews, Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, Kyle Connor, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, JT Miller, Dylan Larkin. In fact, speaking about that Dylan Larkin, Patrick Kane says he texted Dylan Larkin after Larkin's game winner last Saturday, and he couldn't celebrate the Red Wings captain quickly enough when asked about him Tuesday. Larkin is rising to a long overdue moment in the spotlight after being shut out of the NHL playoffs for the past 8 years. "I'm so happy for him," said Kane. "It seemed like he started down the lineup and not playing as much in the first game against Finland, and then, when he gets the chance, he is going to play well and do all he can with his opportunities. I thought he played great in that Canada game, and to see him score on the 2-on-1, the excitement and just how big of a goal that was, it was cool to see." The talent level coming from the United States has been incredible. Guys are getting better and better. We didn't have that 5-10 years ago. We had some good players back in 2010, 14, 16, but I think the depth is just deeper than it's ever been as far as the skill and talent and being able to play at a high level. It's fun to see where the American game has gone, and obviously the Canadiens are always going to be right there too. You can argue they have 2 of the 3 best players in the tournament with McKinnon, McDavid, and Crosby, so they're always going to be there. But it's fun seeing the American side of, I don't want to say reach their level yet, because it's a long way to go, but definitely be competitive with them. And so with that, I'll leave you the rest of the article to dive into some of the extra commentary yourself. Kane does speak about the Red Wings too, and the direction the team is going to take, but I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Patrick Kane's response to Team USA, Dylan Larkin's prosperity, the fact that he was left off of the team, and his overall commentary on the matter. Like his contract or not, like his spot on the team or not, but Patrick Kane has always been a really good pro, doing some good things and making the appropriate comments. He's always been one of the better guys to talk to, and this interview, I think, shows a lot of that off. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Patrick Kane, the Four Nations tournament, and Team USA as a whole. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.